Batman and Robin number 3, written by Peter J. Tomasi, art by Patrick Gleason. Last left off where Bruce Wayne was buying a dog and was confronted by an old colleague of his named Morgan, who's trying to hold an intervention for Batman because Batman Incorporated's stupid in his eyes. And then this issue picks up a few days later. Damian and Alfred are playing a nice, peaceful chess game, as peaceful as Damian can be. The dog's there as well, still unnamed as of yet. And Damian's just giving constant snark to Alfred, who's just giving it all right back. He's like, oh, the chess set's been in the Wayne family for over 200 years. And Damian's like, that's almost as old as you, Alfred. And Alfred's like, yes, almost. So Batman's apparently out. He's increasing all the perimeter defenses around the manor in anticipation of Morgan doing something to try to get to him. Damian, however, is left in the dark about all this, and he's just been kept inside for the past 2 days, unable to go out and do his Robin stuff. They talk about the chess game, in metaphor of what's actually going on. And Damian's like, look, my mother abducted many chess masters in order to teach me how to hone my mind. I can easily beat you. And then Alfred checkmates him almost immediately. And Damian just swats the pieces off the board out of frustration. Bruce comes in, catches the piece, and he's like, I guess Damian lost that one. And he explains, all right, security, top notch, there's no way anything's getting in here, so we're all good. And then Damian's like, all right, cool. And he starts putting on his Robin outfit, getting ready to go out on patrol. And Bruce is like, no, you're safe in here. I have to go out there because I'm Batman. And I don't even want to do that right now. I'd much rather, deal specifically with the threat, because he's still not telling Damian everything. But you are my son, and there's no way I'm putting you out in the line of fire like that. So you're staying here until we have this under control. And by the way, name the dog. He's your dog. And Damian's like, I didn't even want the stupid dog. And he's like, he's a gift because you've been doing so well controlling yourself, which I suggest you keep doing. And he flies off in the Batjet. Damian is pissed. He hops on his motorcycle despite the instructions of Batman, and Alfred tries to stop him. And he's like, I'm sure that your father has his reason for asking you to stay in. And Damian's like, Alfred, I saw the tracker you just put on my bike. Nice try. Don't quit your day job. And he drives off, as we see that there was another tracker put onto his cape. And Alfred's like, womp womp. Then we cut to somewhere in Gotham. Couples being mugged at an ATM. And, it's about to turn violent. And Robin shows up, and he basically just unloads all this pent-up frustration on the muggers. He smashes one guy's phone into his face, shoves the other one's knife into his arm. The mugger with a gun starts unloading fire randomly, ends up shooting his partner because Robin uses him as a meat shield, and then throws a knife through the guy's wrist, and then just starts beating the ever-loving crap out of his face while throwing back all the same lines that the muggers were using on the couple. But as he's about to go too far, he stops himself. And then there's this voice in the darkness that tells Damian to finish it. Using his name, he says, finish him, Damian. Damian reacts, and it's nobody. The character. It always is weird saying that, but the character of nobody. And Damian's like, how'd you know my name? And he's like, oh, I know everything. I know how you're holding back. And Damian's like, well, I know you're the reason that Batman keeping me off patrol. And nobody's like, well, I know that you know that. And I also know that this human garbage shouldn't be allowed to live. He's already brain dead because of the beating you gave him, so I'm just going to finish the job. And he just kills the mugger who's on the ground. And Damian's like, okay, so you're a murderer now. And he's like, brain dead, real dead. I'm pretty sure that that's just semantics at that point. And as Damian starts charging after nobody, he just takes 2 fingers, pokes him on the forehead, and just paralyzes Damian. He's unable to move or do anything. And nobody's like, all right, I'm seeing some good stuff from you, kid. You're going to do good once I take out the whole Batman thing. But we're going to have to talk about this costume, as he takes off Damian's mask. And at that moment, Batman descends from the jet, and he is pissed. He's just shouting, get away from him, and starts just this brutal fight. They're going all out, and Batman is not happy. In order to gain some distance, nobody uses some ultrasound, like some ultrasonic boom stuff, in order to just get away from Batman. And as he manages to get across the street from Batman, Batman charges after him and then is hit by a car. And he goes unconscious from being hit by a car. Batman was hit by a car. Anyway, we pick back up. It's an abandoned drive-in movie theater. Batman and Robin are tied up inside one of the cars. That's also broken down on the lot. They start coming to, and nobody's like, all right, good to see you're waking up. Now it's time for the show. And he starts a film reel, and he, as it tags down, 4, 3, 2, end of issue. I like this issue. I really like what it's setting up. It's setting up nobody to be a decent threat to them, more so than the last issue was. The first issue set him up as this big threat because he actually took out a Batman, the one of Russia, mind you. The second issue was just like, I'm going to get you, Bruce, but he didn't actually do anything. This one's showing like, no, he could take out Robin with just a tap on the forehead. Like, he's a threat. My only thing is, why was Batman taken out by a car? That seems really like, I get it that he was just like blasted with ultra, but like, it's a car. Like, unless this thing was going 100, it's a car. And I feel like Batman should have something. He's able to get punched by Bane. I feel like a car. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being semantic about it. I really like the vibe that nobody's giving off. Like the whole tone of when he arrives on the scene at the mugging that Robin stopped, it just changes. It's on a dime, where as soon as he shows up, there's just genuine feeling of like creepiness, and part of that comes down to his costume design, but it's also just, you know, his general demeanor. Overall, I'm going to give this a 7.5. Very good. I really like the art in it. And again, writing, fantastic. My only real criticism is the fact of like, okay, we have to end the fight right now. How do we do that? And then a car. I feel like there's probably a better way, something that makes nobody even cooler instead of just relying on traffic. But hey, also mad points for Alfred. First off, in being able to beat Damian in chess so easily, and secondly for also getting that tracker on him, because both things suave as hell. So no, 7.5, really like it. Looking forward to seeing where it goes.